Good afternoon, EDT 520, and welcome to week 4. As you log into Blackboard now, you will notice I've changed the home screen a little bit. And one of the things that I'd like to get your input on is that I will be asking you to engage in Twitter as the class goes on and to participate in 2 Twitter chats. I realize for some of you that is new, so wanted to give just an optional Twitter chat practice. I was looking at the afternoon, Thursday afternoon, the 2nd of March. That will be just before the assignment will come in class. And again, it's an optional session. If you'd let me know if you are hoping to join, if you can't make it and you're in a total panic about this, or if you can't make it but you're just fine with figuring it out on your own and joining in on a Twitter chat. And then the other is that I'd like to host another Adobe Connect session. Again, I was looking at Thursday, March 23rd for that, doing the same time sessions I did before, the 3:30 to 5 or the 7 to 8:30. Either one is fine. You could let me know your preference right now. We can always adjust as we get closer, or if for some reason that's a full conflict. If you want to jump ahead to some of the Twitter pieces, and some of you are engaging, I appreciate seeing on the hashtag EDT520 that there is some conversation and folks are posting here. If that still feels new to you, not to worry. I have posted some resources on the home screen of the Blackboard site for using Twitter professionally, if that's new to you. If you want to start to dabble with those now, again, it will be coming up in a couple weeks' time. So for this week, it's the last week of our first unit, which is on the learning environments. And what you're going to be doing this week is we're going to start to think about what's the relationship between technology usage and the developmental stages of the learners that you work with. For some of you, that's adults. For some of you, that's young children. And what's happening cognitively and with the neuroscience for those learners right now. So there's the Sousa article, and that you will find linked in Blackboard because it's a chapter from a book I'm making available, so it is behind a password protected site. And then depending on the learners that you work with, I'm asking you to just spend some time kind of getting back into that science and psychology of those learners. So there's a couple different sites here depending on the age of your students. Feel free to find others and let me know about them if you find some good tools. And then we're going to start to think about making a more refined rubric for choosing which tools do you use with learners and why. And that is, for a lot of you, a goal that you have this spring is really to think about how do I articulate why I'm making the choice and why I should use it, not just because it's fun. The fact that it's fun is a great addition. So I've given you a few here, and then I've given you, again, a link to set those curated tools. A little bit on social media use and mobile device ownership of the demographics you work with. I thought it might be interesting. So there's just one piece really for this week, and that's you're going to be making your own evaluation rubric and spending most of your time here with this assignment. You're going to generate a rubric that has a connection to brain science and the developmental level of your learners, the connection to learning goals, and the connection to at least one of the technology integration frameworks, and shows a sensitivity to accessibility, cost, and the affordances of the devices. I'm setting this up as assignment D in Google Classroom. If you'd prefer to publish this onto your blog, you're more than welcome to. Just submit the link to that page when you go to submit your assignment. So this will be similar to what you did in week 3, but we're going to start to extend it and stretch it out into a little bit more of a formal system of how do you curate these tools for your learners. So you can see kind of what's expected for the assignment this week, and then an example as well. With these, You're going to need to set up accounts for every single tool that you're reviewing. It will not be sufficient to just read about it, but you're actually going to need to get in and play with it. And so be conscious of the cost. If they're really expensive and that's not something that you want to spend, look for the freebies. There's always a good alternative that is free. And again, you want to really get in, play around with it. I encourage you to even try it with learners or to try to create something so that you're spending this 8 hours this week really developing a new suite of tools that you can use with learners. All right. The one other thing that I'm going to ask you to do this week is to look ahead to the next 2 weeks. Because of the main school holiday, I have bundled weeks 5 and 6 together. And from Blackboard, you'll find those under the Digital Citizenship unit. When you open that unit, you will see again what the readings are. What we're going to do, there's 2 parts to weeks 5 and 6. One is going to be this unpacking digital citizenship activity that we do as a jigsaw. And I'll explain that in a minute. And then the other is going to be writing a letter about your beliefs on digital citizenship. I'll go more into detail with that with the welcome next week. For today, for this week, what I want you to do is look at the options for the unpacking digital citizenship. So if you open this link E, you will see over here that there's a whole set of terms that will nest under this concept of digital citizenship that's far beyond just bullying or digital etiquette. It has to do with inclusion and accessibility laws and all those legal requirements. So there are a whole series of boxes right here. What I'll ask is that you go ahead and write your name in one of those boxes. Up to 2 people can research a topic, and it may be that only one person is researching some. And for this, when you do the activity in weeks 5 and 6, it's simply that there's so much under this umbrella that we're not going to have time to cover it in the class. So I'm asking you to prepare just a little 1-minute video for your classmates on the topic. Give them some background information. If there's another person doing your topic, you all can coordinate and sort of script and produce one video, or you can each produce your own if it's logistically a little bit easier. I certainly understand that. So again, for week 4, what I'm asking you to do is simply select the topic so that we've got that in place as we launch into weeks 5 and 6. Again, any questions, let me know. And for what I'm doing on the document that has all of our links this is just a master link to the homepage of the website you're creating. And then what I've started to do is make new columns, and you'll link there to the specific either blog post or page where you did various assignments. And again, we'll keep adding to this spring. So just wanted to make a note of that. Thanks also for the work in Google Classroom. I really appreciate seeing the dialogue that's going on. That work links document is also linked on the About page. So if you're ever looking for it, you can always find it there, as is the contact document. So hopefully you're starting to develop some systems for navigation, and the workflow is feeling manageable. Please be in touch if there's anything I can do to support your learning. And I'll be giving feedback on your week 3 work, and then we'll launch into week 4. As of now, you can go ahead in and sign up for that weeks 5 and 6 just so that we have that in place. Thanks so much, and we'll see what we get for weather tomorrow. It looks like maybe some of us will have snow days. So take care and be in touch with questions.